Okay, well, today's lessons, we're finally moving into the swing. And again, moving into the swing, we're going to start at the very beginning of the swing, the takeaway. Most amateurs have been taught that the number one best way to take the away is to push the club away with the left side low and slow. And I can't tell you how many years you can go and guarantee that in January, February, or March, you read the magazines or whatever, one of the tips is going to be, well, stick a tee in the ground about an inch out of the ground, about a foot or so behind the ball, or drop a coin on a tee on the ground or the tee there, and you should be able to brush them going back. That is, I believe, unbelievably wrong. Why? Well, because if you're pushing the club away low, does what? It pulls your left shoulder down, and it starts to make your left knee bend more and pulls your hip down. It's actually very likely going to teach you to reverse tilt. The takeaway, pushing away low, is probably one of the biggest problems of reverse tilting or reverse pivoting, as they call it. So we don't want to do that. We want to keep our head still. We want to keep our spine at the same angle. If I was to run a string from my nose or the chin to the ball, I don't want that string shrinking or stretching. I want it to stay dead still to keep the radius of my circle constant. So I'm just going to stand here, and from my shoulders, I'm going to lift the club up. And I want you to imagine the image of a catcher right behind here on my aiming line. He's in his crouch. The glove is up in the air, probably about this high. That will vary depending on the height of a person in terms of their height and their legs and how much their arms swing up. But just swing your arm back and forth like this. What is it? It's sort of like an arc. We want to swing and lift the club in the same arc. Lift the club into the catcher's mitt, toe up, and from there there's a tree right behind it, and lift it straight up the tree. So the takeaway is a rounded arc. Not low, not pushing away. Just lift it up like you were throwing a ball. Start that takeaway, and you're going to find your spine, your body's going to stay much more still, much more stable, much more at the exact same height. And guess what? You're going to start hitting the ball much more solid, much straighter, and much longer.